What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another ep. Today's ep, we are picking back up on the VN. What happened, I did reach out to Diff King before I ended up dropping off the diff, ended up advising me best to tack the brackets in, so that way it's set up for your car, as there are variants. Sweet. Now, massive job. I was measuring front to back, ball joint to back of the diff. Yeah, it was hectic. I reckon I spent about 2. Now, sorry, I had to actually cut that short. Packages, and it actually worked out well because that package I actually needed for what we're going to be doing today. So, measuring the diff. So, I've grinded off the brackets. You would have seen here. Got the diff out here on the stands. We're gonna get the mounts. We're gonna grind the mounts off, the lower control arms, and then we're going to slot this in, set up the diff brackets, and then we'll just tack them in and send this off. Alright, so it's much harder than what I thought. I don't want to take the axles out just yet, because when I end up fitting the diff under the car, I want to be able to bolt the tires on and like make sure that it's all centered. So I've had to jimmy this, but there we go. Alright, so now I just need to obviously grind that all out. Bit there. When we go to fit it up, let's just say, let's push it. I think it's going to go something like that there. If we push hard up there, we've got, I guess, if you can see there, a lot of gap. So what I'm going to do is I'll notch out a little bit more with a Dremel. We'll cut that out and we'll make it fit nice and tight in there. Alright guys, so at the moment, now we're on to the passenger side, so we'll I've just quickly marked that out, taken some measurements from here to there, from here to there, and then from the inside point to that sway bar mount. We'll go ahead and cut this off and start cleaning up this side as well. So yeah, and then we'll be ready to sit it in the car. And now I'm just going to get the grinder, and we'll grind around that edge there, around that edge there, then we'll grind that off. Alright, done. So both brackets were cut off. We've smoothed it back, grinded it back. Same with that side. So now the big test, we'll go ahead, mount the top control arms on, and then we will yeah, position the lower arms and tack them in now. Alright guys, so diff is in the car. Now I've just positioned it in there. I've mounted the upper arms to the diff, and I've also just tapped the panhard bar on. It's all just sitting in there. I've got the pinion up with the jack, and now what I'm going to do is the bolt centers, so the spacing for the lower control arm lengths. I'm gonna measure up the new arms and make sure that we're similar to what was on there, and then we'll work off that. I'll get the lengths right, and then we'll go ahead and mount them to the floor of the car. So we'll mount the top end to the car, and then we'll get the brackets. I've got a laser line, so we'll try and get a straight edge or a straight line happening as well. And then yeah, we'll go ahead and tack those brackets in and make sure it's all sitting correctly, and then we'll fit the wheels on and just make sure when I measure from the floor. Actually, what I can also do is just to get a idea on the lengths. So what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to mount I'm just going to measure the bolt center hole on the lower control arm that's on the floor of the car, and I'll measure off that to the diff. We'll do the same on the other side, and hopefully we can get a pretty accurate reading on the center line of the diff. And then I'll do a couple of measurements off the body and off the back of the car, and hopefully we can make sure that that's straight. Next thing is, I guess, getting the right height. So I want to get the right height situated, and then that way I should be able to get the pinion bang on with the current arms, right? Then I've got some adjustable top arms that I'm going to put on as well. So I've got the top arms as well, so we'll be able to change the pinion angles now. So lower and top, but more so it's just getting the wheel center line, so that way, actually I might measure off the front wheels as well. The hub, measure to the, I'm going to put the wheels on, measure them up, and make sure that we've got, yeah, it's all squared up. So that's what I'm going to do now, just square everything up, and yeah, we'll get tacking. So what we'll do, let's get a, we'll say about there. So I got 550 just with that guide. So now let's get one of these set up. It's all done. I spent 2 days getting this thing, measuring it up, making sure my measurements were all bang on, and we went and tacked them on. Now I didn't get any video of that. I just had it tacked, and I'll show you once it was tacked and out of the car. All right, guys, so back into the swing of things. I've done like 100 things. I've pulled apart half the car, but we'll get to the other bits and pieces later on, where we're up to at the moment. So I have picked up the diff from Diff King. The turnaround time, guys, unbelievable. It was done next day. So brackets welded up, center rebuilt with the new trutrac, and yeah, overnight practically was all sorted. So I've picked it up, and I've painted up the diff. Now I've just done a quick paint job, just a quick lick of paint, because it had a shonky paint job before. So I've just practically giving it a clean up, giving it a gurney, and yeah, giving it a quick lick. What are we up to? I'm up to now installing all the backing plates for the brakes and so forth. So I'm getting that, well, I've actually just painted them up and they're all sorted as well. So now I'm going to actually make up some new brake lines. Previously, when I had the diff shortened, I used the standard brake lines how they were, and I just like bent them and clumped them up all together, and they were just dangling about because like, yeah, we've shortened the diff up quite a lot and had all this excess brake line everywhere. So I've got some Teflon brake lines that we're going to be doing for the calipers, and then from the diff to the chassis. And I've got some Bundy tube and some new brake tube nuts. So I've also bought a brake tool as well. So we're going to sort that out. Previously I was using my old man's, so I've just decided to buy my own. I'll show you guys that. And yeah, so mind the table. It's a pig style, and how do I work? I just do 100 different things at different times, and this is where I'm up to at the moment. So it's a bit of a mess, but yeah, I've just straightened up the tube from the roll, and we're gonna start cutting up the lines, and then we'll go ahead and bend it. So let's have a look. So I've got my tube straightener here. I've got my Bundy tube here. I've got my tube cutters, the roll, and then the brake flaring toolkit. But oh, can't forget the tube nuts. Alright, so let's go ahead, cut this off, and then we'll measure it up, and then we're gonna do that side first. Again, what I was saying to you before, I've got some braided Teflon lines, came in a kit. So gonna attack this now, and we'll start doing some bending. So there we go. One, that's all chopped up. And now I just need to clean it up a little bit. And we'll chuck it up on the flaring tool. Alright, so we're on option 1. We're doing a double flare. I believe it is a double flare. That's all. Ooh. Alright, option 1, now option 2. Now guys, this, so you're probably going to be laughing at me. This is exactly why you don't do this stuff in the middle of the night. Cool crimp. How's that going to help me? Where's my tube nut? Not sure how I'm going to come back from this, but jeez. I'm spewing. I'm bleeding. So I have done a couple of bends just to get the radius and I guess my marks on where to set up the tool. So I highly recommend, I've got these ones here. So yeah, setting it up off here and then marking the bends like that. And that way then you can guide your 90s, 45s or your bends to where you want them on the tube that you're bending. So yeah, that's that. I've got this line here that we're going to sort out now. And again, you would have seen prior to I flared one of these without the fitting on and had to cut it and redo a flare. So let's go get stuck into it, finish it off, and get this buttoned up onto the diff. So hope that just gave you a little bit of insight into the process of flaring. Sorry I didn't go in depth, it's just I've been smashing through this, but you get to see a little bit of the flaring and yeah, the way that I ran the bends over the top into the T and then across over into there. So that's now the brake lines sorted out.